Hey, we're finally playing D&D. 14 agonizingly long minutes late. Um,
Sorry, Wendy.
yeah, because, when we record this, we'll definitely, yeah, that's
Are we
definitely the primary factor in when these go up, right?
are we not live streaming?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
I
no,
just
we are
know
not.
that Wendy likes us to be on time.
Yeah,
And if we start 14 minutes late, it gets uploaded 14 minutes late.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's how that
definitely how that
works.
works.
Mm.
It's like
Because upload time.
pirated.
What?
GOT when it gets pirated shows up an hour, after it's
Well, yeah, of
Not
course.
that you would know anything about that.
I don't know.
Demonetize.
I don't know what that means.
What's a pirate?
I
Anyway,
don't
You're.
pirate because I don't like to go to jail.
I mean,
yeah,
And I wouldn't steal a car.
exactly. So why would you steal a song?
Yeah.
eye patches are cool though.
Well, I'm not Nick Fury.
I mean, you could be.
I couldn't be Nick Fury.
Just play with some fireworks. You're good.
Or a
Uh,
flirkin.
oh, kitty. But don't
Anyway,
spoil it for Wendy. God, she hasn't seen it yet. She doesn't have enough money to go see movies at theaters.
you're calling Wendy poor.
Yeah.
I'm not calling Wendy poor. I'm just saying it. She would donate to our Patreon if she had the money for it. Let's play D&D.
Yeah.
okay. So anyway, let's see. We left off with you guys having recently left Port Nyanzaru, not necessarily headed towards your primary destination so much as on a bit of a side quest for the merchant princess Queothe, who made an arrangement that, I mean, really the terms are only truly known to Lucius and Thorv, as they were the only two present. But, the way Lucius has described it to the party, they're on their way to the fort to send a message to somebody. You know, send a message. Like, yeah. Anyway, um, so they left Port Nyanzaru. Spent a few days traveling along the coast of the Bay of Chult. Ran into, let's see, you found a supply cache with a bunch of casks of water. Uh, you were ambushed by a couple of Commodons, the fearsome predatory cats with snakes growing out of their backs that put you to
Kitty.
sleep. And yeah, almost ran away with Groilmod. And let's see. Then you ran into a Cyclops who seemed like a pretty nice guy. He was just looking for dinner and may have almost squished Lucius, but it's neither here nor there.
I
So
make friends wherever I go with the most unlikely one-eyed creatures.
You only make
whoa.
friends with one-eyed creatures?
You know what? That's actually true. Kind of across campaigns. she made friends with a Nothic in our Wednesday campaign. So
Tobias?
not
A
there yet.
Nothlet?
Anyway,
A Nothic.
That doesn't sound like Tobias.
Anosmic is when
are
you
we
can't
suddenly
smell.
talking about Animorphs? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's what's just happened here.
Okay. Anyway.
I've been in a crazy animal mood lately.
So, okay. Just righting the ship a little bit here.
It's so
So the day of the Cyclops encounter, the rest of the day goes by uneventfully. And so if you guys are missing anything, I can't remember if anybody used any spell slots or anything during that, you would get all of that stuff back. And we pick up the next day as I see what the weather is like and stuff.
You
I
should
hope
tell
it's
my
cool and
adversary
dry.
that I always like one-eyed creatures.
Why is he one-eyed?
So what? Mercer likes one tweet of mine, and all of a sudden I just have to.
You're friends with Matt Mercer.
Yeah, obviously. Okay.
Well, you made one tweet at Eric, and now you're friends.
Sure.
Wait,
Do you
no,
know
he
Eric
liked one of
Miller
your tweets.
was elected to the Ninth Circuit Court as a judge?
I feel
Why would you not
unprepared.
tell us that?
Anyway. Yeah, so this next day, after the Cyclops encounter, is a misty one.
Is it cold?
It's kind of normal for Chult, which is still on the warm side.
Okay, well, that's acceptable.
Yeah, and make sure you guys don't get horrendously lost, as is wont to happen. All right. So yeah, you guys continue along your way, heading up the coast, and a couple hours into your day's travels, you as you're kind of on this border between the jungle off to your right and the bay to your left, you see a point at the edge of the trees that has just been like cleared out, and not in a crisp, clean kind of way. There are splintered whole trunks of trees still standing, and bits and pieces scattered all about. You seem to have stumbled across the trail of, well, either a lot of somethings, or a big something, or somewhere in between. And actually, looking at this particular area where it kind of transitions from jungle to almost a beach kind of situation, you can see some large footprints in the soil and sand.
Do they have hurricanes?
They have tropical storms here, so yeah, I would say probably. But yeah, these footprints actually appear to be a little bit bigger than even those of your Cyclops friend. Yeah. So, anything anyone would like to do here, or just kind of press on?
Could I do a nature check on the footprint?
I was gonna ask if I've read about them
About
in the
feet?
book I'm continuing to read.
Nerd!
About feet?
I mean,
fetish book. It
footprints,
has many
that's
extra
valid.
uses.
You're nasty. I never understand foot fetishes. Fib's not into it.
You and Mary both.
Well,
So, I mean, if I read about a creature larger than a cyclops in here, a humanoid.
Yeah, I suppose that's reasonable. Yeah, I mean, given the distinctly humanoid appearance of these tracks, I think those of you who have read Volo's guide,
that's me. I looked at the pictures.
there's like one, to scale. It has like an elf, and then there's like giants next to him. But no, these certainly appear to be, well, the footprints of some sort of giant. Probably on the larger side of things. So, let's see. I mean, you would know that, you're probably looking at fire or ice or maybe a storm giant. Some big boys and girls.
I think we should just avoid this giant and go around.
How does giant meat taste?
Strangely enough, there was no mention of that in Volos.
wouldn't be cannibalism. They're not the same, even if they look the same.
Sigourney looks at her, obviously not skin colored or anything human related looking tones.
What?
A little message appears on your HUD. Sirenny will remember that.
What? How is that bad against Sirenny?
Because Sirenny doesn't look very humanoid.
Yeah, she was saying that it's not cannibalism if they're not the same race as us.
Usually you
Yeah,
go
we're
with
like all different
sentient
races.
Yeah.
creatures. Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah,
I'm.
sentient. Yeah.
Oh, we've all killed sentient creatures.
I mean, but eating them?
There's a first time for everything. Anyway, if you're into it, let's move on.
Let's just move on.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys continue on. Proceed through, you like stop for lunch, and once that's all taken care of, you're kind of just getting back into. Let's see, let me double check something here. You all, almost at the same time, notice a number of little creatures up ahead. Little furry creatures.
But we can eat that.
Yeah, and let's see. I mean, yeah, you're all perceptive enough to pretty clearly make out 4 of these little things.
Are they naked mole rats?
They're not. They're not naked.
Furry.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're not naked. They're in fact quite furry, and they have big floppy ears. And strangely enough, probably the most distinctive feature is they have little unicorn horns coming off their foreheads.
Oh man.
Do I know what these are? Well,
I want it IRL.
this is what happens when you have girls in games. You get high-pitched squeals.
It's not our fault. It's so cute.
I mean, it kind of
It's
is.
like
Well, how is it our fault?
I think he. Wait, did you mean it's kind of their fault that it's cute?
Specifically her fault.
Okay, you're welcome, I guess. Look how it's like a deer rabbit unicorn.
you're looking for the word jackrabbit.
It's a
You call me a-
jackalope.
Why are you calling me a jackass?
Rabbits are now donkeys.
Yep, confirmed.
So yeah, you see 4 of these things just up ahead, kind of like nibbling on some grass and berries.
They are terrifying though because rodents will bite you for no reason.
But my reaction is the same as Sirenne's.
And for reference, by the way, the scale on this, the horn is a foot long.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
They're adorable.
Yeah. Shit about how cute they are, but Laura loves them.
They no longer look like dinner. They're awfully big.
To Fib, they do. I mean, she did literally just suggest eating a giant, so like.
Yeah, but this thing's probably not that much smaller than me. This horn.
And we could probably sell the horns for a lot.
Or we could just let them peacefully nibble on grass, because they're adorable.
I don't know.
What if they come to get us later?
We're here to kill, right?
We are here to kill. That's fun.
We're here to end a death curse. I think that's the opposite of kill. But I mean, if you want them for dinner, I guess. I mean, they are adorable, but that's how that works. So
They
And-
taste pretty
and-
good though too.
They're all like sitting up and just kind of like staring at the group of you now. Some of them are still like chewing on whatever it is they were eating.
I bet we could get a lot for those horns.
Go for it.
Are they magical? Let's see. How can we tell they're magical? I don't have anything.
Do you see any arcane runes on them?
Do they have any arcane runes on?
did we read about them in?
You would not have read about them in
Oh.
Volo's guide.
But do I know if they're magical with how adorable they are?
They're magically
charm?
adorable.
It's a charm spell.
I mean, if somebody wants to make an Arcana check, there you go, Fib. Yeah, I mean, you don't detect anything that would belie any magical elements to it.
Okay, so we can kill it. There are 4 of them?
Yeah.
I feel like let's hunt these guys.
Why we need to kill them?
For dinner.
We don't need to, just, sometimes things kill other things. Food or for sport or money.
It's just I can get food much easier than this. Seems pointless to me, but
Well, right, and I said let's move on, but you guys just stood here.
I start walking.
Toward the unicorn bunnies?
On,
She's gonna pet them.
on our way.
Lull
to
them into a false
prep.
sense of security.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you start walking, and I think because you would actually be getting a little closer to them, and they kind of like look back and forth at each other, and then just begin to like hop off into the woods.
I wave after them.
Okay. Cool. What is this chat? Anyway. Cool. So, you continue on for the rest of an uneventful day.
We'll ignore all your encounters.
That's fine. I mean,
Till he has one that
it
kills
is what
us.
it is.
Becca, you don't want us to get experience and level up.
Nope.
No.
For a different GM, Eric, I got 1 billion experience points on Friday, so
Wow. Sounds like you're spoiled.
Yep.
Sounds like you got more than enough XP for the whole week.
Yep.
and I can spread it over all my characters. That's what he said.
No. That's how that works. Anyway, yeah, so this day comes to an end, and you are 10 miles closer to your destination. So, next day, it's still misty, but if you can stay on course, you're on track to arrive at the fort around midday. So, let's see how that goes. Okay. So, yeah, you strike out again through the misty morning, and after a few more hours of travel, you eventually see this this tall, fortified hill kind of outlining and then eventually breaking through the thick mist that has kind of fallen over the jungle today, and you see before you what you assume to be Fort Belurian. So, let's see here. So as you approach, you probably have to get within like 100 feet or so to really be able to make out even the front gate in any semblance of detail. But you can see a flag flying over the top of it. You see the top of a wooden structure kind of towering up past the perimeter walls. And the path that you are on leads you straight to what looks like a front gate of sorts. So, what's the plan?
I mean, is the gate open?
The gate is currently closed, but you're pretty sure you can make out the shapes of a couple of guards posted up top.
Oh, this thing is so cute.
How big is the fort?
Let's see. I mean, if I had to kind of estimate here, so the front gate is probably somewhere on the order of 80 to 90 feet across, with the widest point of the fort as you're looking at it probably 2 or 3 times that.
That's not very big. Okay.
I guess I'll walk up.
Why don't you send Strata? You always send Stratos.
Because why?
You always do.
I'll walk up, kind of, cautiously, not. I'll hood down, kind of judge the reaction of the guards.
Okay.
I mean, I
Wait,
follow?
guards? I missed the guards.
They're up top.
Oh.
Yeah. So, okay. So yeah, I mean, on the approach, like it's difficult, probably as difficult for them as it is for you to really make out anything. But upon the approach, like they seem pretty unfazed. I mean,
What's the weather today?
misty.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, they see a flying snake and, probably make out from a distant vantage point this crowd of
No, I have Stratos
humanoid.
away.
Oh, you have Stratos away. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
This is what happens when you're reading 3 things and trying to listen. Okay, so they see the group then, and you guys are on your way up, and yeah, I mean, you get to like a reasonable distance, maybe 50 feet or so from the gate itself, before you hear one of them yell down from just above the gate in their kind of fortified turret. Halt. And there's a long pause as one of them kind of like cranes his head over the edge and tries to like take stock of you guys, and says,
I wave.
I don't recognize any of you. What brings you to the fort?
I have. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I look at you.
Yeah. I have business from Port Nyanzaru.
And what business is that?
A message. And we also were told by a few people, I believe, from this fort that we had to register to explore the forest.
That you do. Well, I certainly won't stop you from applying for your license. So, one moment, and he like turns and you hear him, yell down to people down in the kind of courtyard of the fort, and after a moment, you hear like a loud scraping sound from behind the gates. And eventually, with like the loud groaning and creaking of old metal hinges and kind of warped wooden gates, this gate swings open and reveals the interior of this fort. First of all, as the gate opens up, you can see that there is like a forge situated directly inside, before kind of having to pass through a secondary gate into what looks like the fort proper. So, as it opens up, and I assume you guys go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they watch you pretty intently. As a general rule, the less, let's say, traditionally humanoid you look, the more you probably feel stared at. But no one is barred from entry or really harassed on the way in. So, under the watchful eyes of these two guards that have ordered for you to be allowed in, you continue on. Well, would you like to stop and check out the smith, or do you want to just press on into what seems like the fort proper?
I want to go look at the smith. The smithy.
Okay. All right. So you see, kind of like behind a large kind of improvised sales counter. There is a kind of like spindly, darker skinned, but not like Chilton. He almost has kind of a like kind of a Middle East appearance to him. You see this? What was that?
I laughed because I was gonna say Breton.
But yeah, he is working behind the counter currently, pounding away at what looks like the early stages of a metal sword of some kind. Probably looks to be made of iron, given the pile of like bars that's kind of lined up behind him. Yeah, and he as he's hammering away at it, and just happens to look up. Oh, new visitors. All right. Kind of hurriedly sets his stuff aside. Says, "Hello, welcome to Fort Belurian." I must say I'm surprised to see new visitors, given, well, all of what's going on, Death Curse and all that. But, well, I'm always happy to have another sword arm to supply. So, how can I help you?
Just want to look and see what type of stuff you have and make here.
And, he kind of gives you the spiel. I mean, it's mostly pretty standard stuff. Like, you see a lot of iron weaponry and armor, some kind of niche tools here and there. Generally speaking, pretty commonplace stuff. Like it gets by, and you gather that it's kind of like, this is a place to go to get your kind of standard issue stuff at the fort.
Okay.
And you do notice that. Let's see. So some of the items that are like placed out for display and sale A few of them are priced, like visibly marked, tagged, what have you, and the prices seem a little steep.
Is it a dwarf on this?
No, this is a
Oh,
human.
it's the Breton person. Yeah. Right?
Well, you said Breton, I said
Yeah.
Middle Eastern, but
Everything is expensive on this island.
Even you and your king.
Ooh. I don't get paid for it.
If you make armor for a smaller person like me, is it cheaper? For big giants like those guys?
he says, if it were up to me, it would be, but price mandates come from, well, above my pay grade, unfortunately.
It is unfortunate.
Such is life, working in a chain of command and all that, but it's a living.
Any magical weapons around here?
None that I'm aware of. Certainly not my specialty.
Okay. Well, nice to talk to you. I think we'll be
Likewise.
going on with the rest of my group.
All right. Kind of shallow bow and back to work. All right, so you guys continue on. Thorv kind of bringing up the rear, catching up after a quick look around, and so you
We
emerge
just
from this
didn't
kind
wait
of.
for him.
I mean, like, realistically, it's not the longest time to just kind of peek around. Like, this really isn't a sprawling shop or anything. It's like, I mean, if you had played Skyrim, I could describe some places.
Oh my
but,
god.
know.
You guys are so horrible. That's why I didn't play D&D earlier, because I references.
Anyway, once you emerge from this like secondary gate into the fort proper, you see a number of kind of like small outlying buildings. There are banners draped all over the place, bearing what you can recognize now from the kind of closer vantage point as the symbol of Baldur's Gate, the city that you guys all congregated in when you first became an adventuring group. Beyond that, there's kind of a small patch of farmland, so to speak. I mean, it's kind of more of a glorified garden off to one side. And then, of course, there's this this tall wooden building that you had seen kind of towering up above the walls on the outside. And off to the other side, opposite the little patch of farmland, you can see it's a fenced-off area with what you can probably recognize as a stable. And you hear kind of a commotion coming from over there. Sounds like a lot of people have kind of gathered and are seeing something go down.
I'll walk over and see what's going on.
Okay. So make your way over there, and kind of doing your best to find a decent vantage point. You can see that these like mostly foot soldier guard types are kind of gathered around what looks like a let's see, it's like a jousting field basically, except you don't see any horses about. Like I said, there's a stable nearby, but instead of two mounted combatants, you just see a couple of guys who look to be in the early stages of sparring match, or maybe something a little more serious. Who knows? And so you see this one guy. He's kind of like a, clearly like, how would I say? He's a northerner, right? Like he's probably from Baldur's Gate, so more your Anglo-Saxon-y type. And then this other guy who's kind of like facing down, staring him down from, like say 10 feet away in the kind of torn up, muddy field, is more like Chilton in appearance. He has actually some pretty decent equipment. You know, he's got like this nice like banded wooden shield, and he's got a big spear that he's kind of holding at the ready. And they're both just kind of staring each other down, waiting for the other to make the first move. And then one of them does. The northerner kind of like barrels in, and he's got an axe in his hand, and he comes in and big overhand swing. The other guy that he's swinging on deflects the attack with the shield and kind of like swings his spear around with like trying to hit more like, you know, side of the spear tip, or even like just kind of thump him with the shaft of the spear a little bit, you know, just like trying to like KO him rather than straight up murder this dude. And so at first it's kind of like a bullfighter, right? You know, you see him, you see the guy with the axe come and charge in, swing, get deflected, and they kind of reset. Swing, deflected, reset again. Third time, the guy with the axe is getting a little like fed up, and so he just comes running in, like both hands on the axe, and he takes like this flying leap toward his opponent, trying to just, you know, even if his shield comes up and blocks the attack, he's thinking he's just gonna like bust right through and knock this guy on his ass. One quick sidestep later, and a loud cracking sound to the back of the head, and dude finds himself face down in the mud. The other guy standing victorious, and he just kind of stands there, puffs his chest out, you know, holds his arms out wide. And like the crowd is just going wild at this point. It's like, you know, dude just got owned, and so everybody's just like, oh no, you know, just disrespect, right? He throws down the spear and the shield and just walks off. And yeah, like the crowd just kind of parts as he departs the jousting field, and yeah, a couple people like run in and start like tending to the other guy, making sure he's okay. Yeah,
So just a random street fight.
kinda, yeah.
Alright. Do any of the buildings have like labels or anything? Or are they just like nondescript buildings?
All right, so let's see here, because you'd be able to get a pretty decent sense of the layout here. Let me just get this thing. All right, so nearby, obviously, you've got stable, kind of across the way, built into the outer wall. There is another almost storefront-looking building, with a sign hanging from you know, like the front of it, that just has provisioner kind of crudely painted across it. Let's see. So then, you would have noticed on your way in that the kind of hodgepodge of misshapen and mismatched buildings along the entryway were also kind of a trade center of sorts. You know, it looks almost as though it's designed for traveling traders to be able to come in and maybe like rent out space or something to kind of set up shop for a few days or a few weeks or what have you. Across the fort, kind of built into the opposite exterior wall, you can see what looks like a temple of some kind. You know, it's there are clear like holy symbols and such kind of etched into it. In this case, I mean, it's not a super uncommon deity, so I think you guys would probably recognize that this is a temple to Helm, who is generally considered like a lawful deity. Kind of in that lawful good, lawful neutral-ish, somewhere in that range. Known as like the Vigilant One and the Watcher. Yeah, beyond that, it looks like the bigger building toward the back of the fort is kind of the center for, I guess, like official activity.
All right. Is there an inn of sorts?
You do not see an inn.
Any type of barracks or anything? Like, does this look more of a military outpost versus a?
So, I mean, you would know a thing or two about the situation. Like, you'd know that this fort is occupied by the Flaming Fist, who are basically a mercenary group. It's kind of like ostensibly a group of good guys who are always looking out for the best interest of the realms, but realistically, they're kind of just mercs who happen to be, aligned with a major city.
Gotcha.
They're just mercs that pick the right winners.
Yeah. I guess, are there any, like, dressed guards walking around? Or is
So
everyone
they're all
dressed?
naked.
Well, I mean, like,
They're
common
all
people
furbolgs.
versus fully armored guards.
So, I mean, I would say the majority of the people that you've seen around here armored to some degree. This definitely looks like a vast majority of the fort's inhabitants are like active members of the Flaming Fist who could very well be getting ready to like get sent out on an expedition into the jungle.
Alright, I guess I'll just grab one and say, excuse me, where do you go to get registered?
He kind of quirks his eyebrow for a second and says, are you aspiring explorers?
Yes.
Right. Well, you will most likely need to speak with our commanding officer. And he kind of looks over. He like looks up at one of the upper floors of like the big wooden building, and says, "Well, I'm not sure what her availability is like today, but if you head in the front doors there and ask to speak with the commander, well, I suppose that's the best you'll be able to do. Best of luck."
Alright, thank you. And I guess I will just turn and walk in.
Okay.
We
So...
follow like ducks after its mother.
Alright, so let's see what we got here. So yeah, I mean, you head over and into this main of sorts. And let's see. So you're kind of, I guess, unwatched, unbothered as you make your way there. Upon entry, you...
Unbothered.
I know.
Okay. I mean, you can be bothered if you want, I guess, but...
I don't get it.
Anyway.
Me and Laura get it.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
As in hot and bothered?
I don't know.
I don't know.
So anyway, you guys make your way toward this main structure and inside, and again there are guards posted inside, so it's easy enough to kind of ask around for directions to the proper part of this building that you kind of gather now serves as both the like barracks and kind of command center for the fort.
Barracks.
Um,
Well, maybe he shouldn't have been dead.
Spoilers.
Oh boy.
so yeah, inside jokes is, I mean, not really inside, but like
It's always
kinda
inside.
inside jokes. Yeah,
We're inside the house.
there you go. So you eventually are directed to the office of the commanding officer, Liara Portier.
How do you spell it though?
Porytr.
I wasn't listening.
Oh, too bad.
I guess I'll put it in this chat. I have available. There you go.
Yay.
Yeah, and so there are actually a couple of guards posted specifically outside her door. And as you approach, of course, you are stopped, and one of them says, "What business do you have?"
I was told that we had to register to be explorers, and I was told to speak with the commanding officer.
Very good. And yeah, he turns around and kind of like leads you to the door, but then kind of gives you the fingers like wait here. Kind of pokes his head in, and you hear kind of like hushed conversation, and he says, "Very well. She will see you in 5 minutes." And maybe we can hand wave it, right? So you kind of get stuck waiting around, maybe awkwardly looking around. Eventually
I will make happy small talk with the guards.
I'm sure they love that. But eventually the door opens, and kind of for the area, for what you've seen, kind of scraggly looking figure comes walking out. Like long beard, kind of like greasy, knotty hair. A lot of it like kind of tied back.
Ew.
Yeah, this guy smells strongly of like BO and booze.
That's not like ham at all.
And yeah, he just kind of like limps out of the office a little bit and past you guys on the way out. Before you hear a voice from inside the room saying, "I believe I have some others waiting to see me."
I guess I'll take that as my cue to walk
Yeah, I
in.
think that's us.
Yep.
Cool. So, you guys head in to the office of Liara Portier. And my roll 20 froze for a second. That was cool. Yeah. So here we go. So you walk in and you see kind of middle-aged, I suppose, human female, heavily armored, like full combat attire, ready to just pick up a sword and go out and kick some ass like this very moment.
I love her.
Seated behind this like kind of excessively big and ornate desk. And she says, new faces.
Do we all fit in this room?
Yeah, you would all fit in. I mean, it might be
How-
a little cozy, but
How tall is it?
how tall is the room?
How tall is the room?
I mean, like, it's probably, like 12 feet, maybe.
Oh. Can
Yeah, I mean,
Fib
you're-
touch the ceiling? Are her arms 5 feet long?
Fucking
I
slender
mean-
woman.
It's probably close, but, you might have to, like,
wait, she's
jump
like-
just a little bit.
She's like 7'10", actually, so it doesn't have to be.
Okay, yeah.
What? She's 7'3".
Yeah, I mean, you're in the ballpark. But yeah, so, she kind of watches you all file in. Like many a past observer, you see kind of this look like, this is a weird looking group. But once you've all, filed in and the door is closed behind you, she says, well, I would ask what business brings you here, but looking at the variety of arms and looks at Lucius especially, I assume magical capability?
Fib looks at her arms.
I mean, there's a lot of arm there, right?
I mean, it's fair. Is Dragonbait and what's his face?
Yeah, I'd say everybody is in there. So you got your party is like what 9 people strong with
That's
all the
so
NPCs.
many- Do we have Blue Boy there too?
Sure.
Meh.
Yeah.
He just kind of pokes his head around to the side.
And Scorn is a dinosaur.
Because why not? But yeah, she says, I can only assume a party as varied as this one is here for a charter.
No, we're a traveling band. Yeah, actually, we are here for a charter.
What?
You make joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand because it wasn't funny.
I just
See-
I flip
see a
a
little
little
smirk
behind
on
me.
I understand because no joke is funny to me.
I reach back like I reach back like I'm scratching my back, but really I'm flipping Lilith off.
And for the first, it's not Lilith, first of all. And for the
Or
first time,
Fib, whatever.
I think that's the first time that's happened.
Yes.
For the first time, Fib and Scorn share a moment of understanding. It's their first bonding experience.
All right. So yeah, she says, all right, and so you are you familiar with the way that these charters work? Need I run through the specifics?
I'll be brutally honest with you. We were not aware that we even needed one until we ran into some soldiers out in the jungle, and they told us that we needed one.
Well, I'm surprised you weren't brought here in less ideal condition then. No
I
matter.
don't know if they could.
Yeah, they were pretty unprepared.
She again like raises an eyebrow. Okay, you're talking to a late
What was that?
thing she could hear.
You cut out there for that.
You're speaking to a late 40s military woman. That's like the most triggering thing she could hear is that her troops weren't ready.
Those guys were not ready.
I hope they get their asses beat.
So yeah, she again just stares at you now. Says, "Well, I'm glad that you made your way here. What are the means? Um, all right. Uh, she pulls open one of the drawers on the obnoxious desk and rifles through some papers and that good stuff. And proceeds to pull out what looks like kind of like a mass printed form lettery kind of thing. Let's see. So she kind of lays it down on the desk and smooths it out and says, "All right. So unless you feel the need to go through word by word, I don't think that's entirely necessary. But I
I'll just
shall
have my
explain
lawyer
to you." What was that?
I'll just have my lawyer take a look.
She says, I will explain the details of note. So, given that the wilds of Chult are hereby and henceforth claimed by the Order of the Flaming Fist, and by extension, the city of Baldur's Gate, a charter is necessary to explore them and procure any riches that one might come across. Of course, given that this is property of Baldur's Gate and its loyal servants, there is a fee associated with such activities, namely 50 gold upfront for the charter, and half of the expedition's proceeds. So, is that are those conditions acceptable?
I'll rifle in my pockets and pull out my 7 gold. Unfortunately, I'm a little light on gold right now.
I don't think we're going to earn. I mean, we're not going in the jungle to earn money necessarily, so.
Well, while I can certainly respect that, am I to understand then that you would not be leaving the jungle with anything more than what you entered with?
I mean,
Just the experiences of what's going
left
on.
the jungle with extra people. I mean, I don't think we can sell them the first time.
I'll pull out my map that I've been making, and I'll say I'm also charting a map of all of Chult, or at least attempting to. So, if that could be of some use, I wouldn't mind sharing this with you guys.
I mean, yeah, that's most of what we've gotten so far. New friends and a map. And we were out there for how long? How long were we out there, Eric?
You are coming up on 3 months in Chult.
Yeah, that's most of what we got after 3 months. So, I mean, friendship is worth a lot.
She says to the grizzled military veteran. She looks so amused. And
Anyways, I'm gonna grab the contract and start
What-
reading it line for
what's
line.
okay,
What's
I
a
mean,
self-control check?
wisdom?
She knows she shouldn't. Oh well. Fib laughs.
Okay.
What is 1 plus 1?
Bard stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I always forget about my bard stuff.
So, she says, looking at your current funds, am I correct to assume that perhaps it's more of a financial restriction that's holding you back?
For me, yes. Very much so.
Well, perhaps we could come to some sort of arrangement.
Yeah, I would be okay with that. All I'm concerned with is fulfilling this map and, well, partially stopping this death curse, but
Partially? I only want some of the curse stopped.
Well,
Yep.
that's only part of his goals. I'm gonna stop reading, and it's like, what do the people of Port Nyanzaru think about you claiming the jungle?
That is none of our concern, to be frank.
Well, I mean, like, they can march on you and stuff. Like, but it would
They
be-
wouldn't dream of it.
what
We are the
about-
finest fighting force in the known world.
What about the people in Camp Vengeance?
What about them? Last I heard, they were living in squalor.
Oh, I mean, I was just wondering your opinion on them. Anyways, and I'll go back to reading.
Wait, if you own Cholt, does that mean you own me?
she looks at Gromod, possibly not having noticed. Kind of like looks down over the desk, very perplexed.
I just look up. Like I said, we came out with new friends.
And she says, "Well, we are not in the habit of taking slaves, so I should think not. Though we do certainly own the jungles, and so perhaps you have been living on the property of the city of Baldur's Gate."
When? Oh, I look up. When did you claim the jungles?
It's been some number of years now.
Can you give me a more exact number?
I
Pull
mean,
out
like,
your history books.
yeah, right. Make a history check. No,
The NPC has to make a history check.
yeah.
He's a
I mean, like,
military
she's-
commander.
I
he
mean,
should-
that's what Eric's doing right now is making a history check.
it's kind of true.
she didn't
But no,
study
like,
her
she's-
history too well.
She has been stationed here for like several years. Let me see if I see any. So let's see. She's been stationed here for 3 years. Yeah, I don't really have info on exactly when they came and did that, but you know, we'll say, you know, we've been making a concerted effort to explore the territories of Chult for the better part of the last decade.
So how do you know what land is yours and what land isn't? Like, what if there are tribes already living there? Isn't that their land?
It is not. It is the property of Baldur's Gate.
Why?
Such is the law.
I'll continue reading the document.
So, as I was saying, I believe I have, well, a few opportunities that you might be able to make the most of, and perhaps earn your way to a charter. She, again, like, you know, reaches into a different drawer. You see her kind of like flipping through different briefings and things. And let's see. She says, I think this might be a good fit. Potentially not the most dangerous assignment. So, did you happen to approach the fort by land?
Mostly, yes. we did take a boat across some water, but yes, we did approach by land.
Very well. I assume you came primarily from Port Nyanzaru. Seems to be where most visitors come from these days.
Yep.
Then I suppose you might have noticed the rather sizable footprints and trails that have been beaten into the woods around the bay. Yes.
Are you talking about the really large ones or the somewhat large ones? Because we did run across a Cyclops who was fairly friendly.
Yeah, he was really nice.
We are aware of a Cyclops in Schult. And while they have not been particularly problematic, there seems to be something else, and we're not entirely sure what this thing or these things are. Given what we know of the local ecology, there's very little that would make sense. And while I do have parties out exploring, attempting to make some sense of this, none of them have been able to turn anything up. Perhaps they're simply following trails that are or, well, granted, there are a couple that, they've been gone for a while, so perhaps they're still tracking. But, this is a matter of, well, rather high importance to the Flaming Fist and the interests of Baldur's Gate. As if there is any sort of threat posed by whatever these things are, our first line of defense is knowing what we're up against.
So you just want us to find out what it is?
Yes, and bring me some material proof of your claim. I wouldn't want you to just leave for a few days and come back saying it's some titan returned from some far plane or something to that effect with no substantial evidence to back the claim.
Do we have a camera?
If it
Picture
was
it didn't happen.
Eberron, we could.
I mean, we were planning on going back out into the jungle fairly quickly anyway. I would like to ask though, being that I am mapping this area, do you have anybody who knows the lay of this area a little better that I could possibly talk to?
We've had a number of parties charting the area for some time, but that's not information that we typically share with outsiders.
Well, it would be more of me sharing my information with them and them reciprocating, just so we know where to go to look that hasn't been looked at already, or even a local or anything that might know.
Well, if you need a guide, which I would find rather surprising, she looks pointedly at Azaka. I
What?
suppose I could recommend. Becca just got unplugged.
Becca.
Just her headset, though. She says, I suppose I could recommend a guide or two.
And she farted.
What?
Sadie, not...
Oh,
Bib covers her nose dramatically.
Yeah, and let's see. Again, she reaches into the big obnoxious desk. And,
Does it
she...
make a really loud squeaking noise every time?
Sure, why not?
Yay!
So, yeah, she slides a couple of flyers across the desk to you guys. One of them being this one. And the other one
Oh.
Being this one.
Oh god. Scorn is gonna love that first.
Alright, I'm looking at Shago's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does it show where he is? Like where to reach him?
It doesn't say that, but I mean, generally, you kind of get the impression that these two, well, I guess three guides are kind of based out of the fort.
Okay.
So, you could probably find them with a relatively low degree of difficulty.
Alright.
Let's not waste our time with this Shago.
Okay. It has this picture, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He looks like a smartass.
And actually, come to think of it, he looks kind of familiar.
What?
Was he the guy that
Like
got his
who?
ass kicked?
No, he's the guy that did the ass kicking.
Okay. Alright. Well, I'll say, okay, well, I may seek them out and just exchange information with at least this one. The other one looks a little culty for me.
Who's the person you're supposed to kill?
Shago?
Okay. That's what I thought. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure. Okay.
So, but I will I'll set the two, or, like, her handouts that she gave us back down on the desk and say, well,
We don't
Thank
need your handouts.
I'll say, well, thank you, and they can be found around here.
Yes, I know, Shago tends to he tends to associate with my men. I think he has ambitions to join the Flaming Fist, but well, he has yet to really prove himself.
Okay.
As far as Kawasha, well, he's a bit of a traveler. He's in and out over the last few days, at least. I think he's been looking into the source of the undead that keep pouring out of the woods.
Oh. Okay. Are they pouring out around here?
Occasionally, we have had to repel the odd undead assault, but, well, nothing we can't handle.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that, at least for me, and my portion of it, yeah, I would love to figure out what's causing strife in the jungle and try to, at the very least, figure out what it is and report back to you.
Excellent. Well, one moment, and she begins like scrawling out basically what looks like it's kind of like a temporary license. It's a temporary charter. Basically giving you guys 2 weeks effective today of a legit charter, presumably intended for you guys to be back inside those 2 weeks, and then get your real deal lifetime charter going forward.
So we're getting a provisional charter.
Basically, yeah. And so she finishes drafting that, kind of presents it to the group and says, of course, I wouldn't want my troops to be of any inconvenience as you're going about your business. So, I will, of course, authorize a 2-week charter in the interest of accomplishing your goals, at least as they pertain to the Flaming Fist.
All right. I'm gonna read over it.
Okay.
Like speed read over it.
Yeah, I mean it's the exact same thing, you know. I mean, except you know you don't have to pay 50 for it, but anything you find, they still get half.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I will agree to this. So
Okay.
is it like a spot you sign your name?
Yeah. So it's like you know there's multiple places for like everyone to sign that's like a member of the party.
All right. Yeah, I'll sign my name.
Yeah, okay.
I will also start mine. Start mine. Write mine.
I just put an X.
I'll scribble there a little bit. Something that looks like a signature.
Okay.
Groyalmod, not understanding, cuts the tip of his finger and draws a line
Oh!
where someone's gestured he should be signing it.
Fib takes it after that and just kind of looks at it and stretches her hand out as far as it would go and just kind of draws a line on it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll say everybody signs in their own special way, and then
Blue Boy just slams his down on the desk at the end.
We get a bottle of ink out for Blue Boy.
No, he puts a dent in the desk and crinkles the paper
Oh,
all up
Just,
by hitting
just
it.
a couple of claw marks in
Dang.
it.
He's an axe beak, isn't he? So he just
yeah, he is.
he just thunk right in the desk.
Cuts it in half.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah. So that being taken care of, Liara signs it, and says, "All right. Well, you have your assignment, and I will be more than happy to furnish you with that full charter upon completion. So, please don't delay."
All right. I will get right on that, and I'm gonna turn and walk out, and
Okay.
I'm going to basically try to just kind of sprint not really sprint, but speed walk my way out, and can I remember at least which direction that person was walking?
By that person, you mean Shago?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see. I think he probably would have walked toward the Provisioner, which is like right by the jousting field.
All right. I'm gonna head over there, and just as I'm walking out, I'll message Azak and I'll say, I'll explain everything to you. Keep them busy, and I'm gonna head out on my own.
Okay. So, yeah. What's everybody else doing?
I will wave and be like, have a good rest of your day, and walk out.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to do like goodbyes for everybody.
How
I
does
will
everyone
do a
leave the
goodbye.
room?
Yes. How does everyone leave? How does everyone go down the hole? How does everyone exit the building?
Fib lays down and rolls down the stairs as if she was a child.
How do you have to like slide down that because you can't really roll like you.
Why
you
not?
Don't even
Tucks and
think
rolls.
like I don't even think tucking. If she tucks really tightly, will she fit?
I bend my body in half.
I mean, that's still 3.5 feet.
Fib does
More than 3.5.
yoga very good. Hang on. There you go. 22 to roll
Yeah.
down the stairs.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
With advantage.
Yeah,
She
his
trips and
reasons.
falls down the stairs.
Yeah, because of the yoga, she has advantage.
Okay.
This is how Gordon leaves.
Hmm?
I posted in the Discord.
Ew, I hate him!
That's like
Fib
Sadie
shoots.
tries to-
Fib shoots Scorn with her gun.
Whoa. Is it like it's her living room or whatever.
I have to look at it.
His butt itched.
His butthole had shit on it.
Exactly.
Maybe it just has worms.
Yeah.
Ew, what in the fuck?
Animals will do that if they have worms too.
I don't care.
You should.
Anyway.
I don't want to hear about worms. I'm sorry, Wendy.
Apologize
She's
to our
not.
editor for having to edit all this out.
No
Yeah.
one edits these things.
I know. Eventually they might.
Wendy complains about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Anyway.
Wendy. Baby, if you donate to our page.
If you stop
Don't-
being broke.
Wow! Wow!
I'm sorry, Wendy. That was uncalled for.
You've insulted our made-up Wikipedia editor now.
She's not made up. Wendy, don't listen to him.
She's as real as you believe her to be. That's how that works out.
Exactly.
Boy.
Anyway, yeah. So as people are coming up with creative ways to leave, what is Lucius doing?
I'm just trying to nonchalantly walk and find
Very
this person.
quickly.
Yeah, find Shago.
It's good that
I
you
nonchalantly power walk.
Basically, like, I'm trying not to... Like, I wanted to get away from everybody else in the group.
Rude.
But once I'm spread out from them, then I'm going to just try to blend in.
I
It's
lace
good
up my
that you
white
just-
New Balance New Balance tennis shoes and power walk my way like a senior citizen.
What?
Yes. New Balance shoes. The Corvette driver's choice of shoes.
What the?
Anyway,
Yes.
What's happening to D&D?
I
what is
don't
happening
know.
in D&D? Yeah. So you old person your way across the fort to to the provisioner, and yeah, you see a familiar just generally cocky looking shape, kind of leaned against the counter, and and yeah, he seems to be conversing with the provisioner here. Looks like kind of a hunchbacked old guy. You hear like old man laughter from like during your approach, I suppose.
Alright.
And so you make your approach.
Yeah. I will say, I'll make my approach and I'll just say, that was some nice fighting.
Okay. Yeah. So he like finishes what he's saying to the. Before Shago can even turn, say anything, the old guy turns and says, "Who in the hells are you?"
My name is Lucius. I am signed on to investigate what's going on out in the jungle.
Signed on. That mean you're part of the order?
I'm chartered as of right now, but
Chartered. Still don't understand why they give those things out.
you and me both.
Anyway, you seem like a civilian. And he
Well-
like he taps a sign that's like hanging from the front of the counter that says no civilians allowed.
No, actually, I was here for this man, and I'll point at Shago.
And Shago just kind of smiles and says, yes, you were flattering me."
Yes. Well, I had a couple orders of business. First of all, yes, I was impressed by the fight. I mean, you knocked him out in one hit.
Pretty standard.
Yeah. The other order of business was I actually had a message from somebody over in Port Nine Zaru for you.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
He like looks around, says, sorry, I don't know you, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect.
Oh, well, don't worry. It's Jobal, the guide finder or
Hmm.
guidesman. Yeah, for whatever reason,
Guidesmen,
The guidesman.
I don't know
As-
what he is.
The
as they're
guidesman.
called.
Guide finder? I don't know what the hell he is.
Anyway,
He's a middleman.
the guidomancer.
Yeah, basically guidomancer. Anyway, I had talked to him, and he had suggested that in order, and I'll pull out my map, and I'll say I'm mapping the entire area of Chult,
Napping.
and he suggested that I talk to you about this area, but when I went to find you in Port Nyanzaru, well, when he did, he couldn't find you, so he told me to find you, and I found you.
So you did.
So, and then I'll kind of show him the map, and I'll say, my group is tasked with finding whatever is going on out in the jungle, and I'll circle with my finger, like somewhere around in this area. And I was told that you were one of the 2 guides in this area.
That I am. So, and he says, "You're not the strongest one in your party, are you? I mean, no offense, but
No,
and
none
he
taken.
kind of."
No, I'm the brainy one.
Huh. I suppose that would make sense. So he says, and so how many are you?
I stop and count. 8 or 9.
Decent number. You may survive a few days without getting torn apart by ghouls.
Oh.
Though, of course, if you sign me on, I'm sure I can extend that lifespan a bit.
Well, we do currently have
Just scumbag.
we do currently have one person who's been helping us so far, but we would always definitely welcome somebody who knows the immediate area as well.
There's just that like millisecond of eye roll when you say, "Oh, there's somebody helping us already."
Ugh.
But yeah, he says, "Well, fine. If I'm to run some sort of mentorship program for the guides out of Port Nyanzaru, but well,
Just the biggest
Uh,
tool.
so when do you intend to bark?"
Immediately, actually.
All right, and you've seen my flyers. You've seen my going rate.
I have. Unfortunately, I am a little short on gold, and at this point, I'll kind of flip out my pocket and show him the 7 gold I have. However, we are looking to gain at least somewhat of a favor with the commanding officer here. If you happen to perhaps at least offer help with this, she might be more inclined to look into possibly adding you as a member of the Fist.
he like chuckles and surely I've done enough for her to notice me by now. But I suppose one more thing on the list of accomplishments wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. All right. Well, he pauses and thinks on it and says, I suppose I could go as low as 3 gold a day, but man needs to eat, and he, like, obnoxiously flexes and says, it takes a lot to feed me, so I'm afraid that's as low as I can go.
It takes a lot to keep up and maintain this awesome body.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if I were to offer you food and water as well for the entire time you were with us,
He,
free of charge, of course.
he says, I still think 3 is about as low as I'd be able to go.
Well, as you see, and I still have the change in my hand. As you see, this is all I have right now. I'm currently working on trying to find more lucrative things out in the jungle, but it's been rough, and I feel that this might have something coming off of it.
Well, surely a group of 9 will be able to scrounge together at least a short expedition. If you run out, then I suppose we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Well, and I will separate 6 gold, and I'll say, well, I can pay for the first 2 days, at the very least.
Alright, well, we'll have to have a discussion with the others, but I suppose this will do for a down payment.
Alright, I'll give him the 6 gold.
Alright. And, yeah, so, okay, everybody else, as you have found creative ways to both the room and the hallway, and maybe even the building. What would you like to do?
We'll look around for Lucius.
Okay.
Well,
You all love this guy so much, don't you? Okay,
why do we hated him before he even spoke?
He's a cocky ass motherfucker. Like, this guy's like
just-
general douchebag.
Like, you look at his face, and then you read what he said in his
Yeah.
flyer, and
Yeah.
then he starts
Yeah.
speaking.
It's like he's asking us to kill him.
He starts speaking and confirms all the terrible things we thought about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just trying to do justice to the character.
Well, you are. I mean, you're giving Lucius a reason to fucking kill him.
Just because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
What's
Yes.
his name? Hang on.
Shago.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know him, I guess. Never mind.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's not super hard. If you guys go looking for Lucius, like, believe it or not, there aren't a ton of tieflings around. So, you know,
He barely
ask
looks
somebody.
like a tiefling.
I mean, like, he's got horns.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, yeah, so,
I just saw what he said.
uh-huh.
Oh my god.
So,
What? Wait, what? I don't get it.
Oh.
Oh, well.
So anyway, unless Lucius and Shago are trying not to be found, you are found, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
not trying not to be found. I just wanted
Okay.
to have dialogue with him at first.
okay. So yeah, so then Shago comes strutting alongside Lucius. And says, "Oh, this must be the rest of the party. I'm Shago.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you all.
We can go now.
while he's braggarting around and diverting attention, I'm going to message Azaka and say, unfortunately, or fortunately, I have to kill him.
Azaka responds, says, well, I can certainly understand the sentiment. I must say I'm a bit confused.
So that's about, and at this point I'm just kind of gonna shrug and, you know, just kind of give her the look of like, I'll try to explain later.
Okay, you see her, like, she's, like, trying to subtly, like, mouth to you, what did he do?
Is he still talking and being distracting? And
Sure, I mean, there's 8 people to introduce himself to, and you know he's making a show of it.
all right, I'll message her back and I'll say, well, for one, he pissed off Coyote and she promised big money for him.
As soon as you say Coyote, you see that look, like that side eye from Azaka. Oh, fuck, really?
I'm just gonna hold up my hands like, hey, hands are tied. But I'll continue the message and say, she offered a way to make money fast, and I need money. Plus, he deserves it.
She responds and says, so this is what it's come to? You're a contract killer now?
Message back. No, I don't like to be, but this guy's a fucking tool.
I'm afraid you didn't answer my question, Lucius.
As of now, yes. But I have to do what I have to do. I can't even afford a night at the inn, and wandering around in the jungle isn't going to cut it. Plus, she was not happy, and I made her a little less not happy with the group. Normally I wouldn't have done this, but the rest don't understand. You can't tell her no. You cannot tell somebody like that no.
She doesn't respond, she just looks at you.
That's fine. She can look. I mean, I put a look of acceptance. You know, I'm not happy or proud with what I did, but it is what it is.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll say because things move at the speed of plot, Shago has introduced himself to people.
Fib did not say anything to him. She just stared at him.
Same.
Okay.
Her skin turned a little more black.
I mean, I would say hi, but I would say hi very tentatively.
You know it's bad when Cyrene isn't even like, being
Yeah.
warm and welcoming.
Hi.
Okay.
I'll just wave.
Alright, it says... Alright, well... Still got a good half day of travel if we leave now. Any other business to attend to before we head out?
I don't have any.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Alright, well... Out into the wilds then, yes?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Alright.
And then I assume he leads because he's got that.
Oh, of
real-
course.
So as he does that, I'm gonna message. What the fuck is his name? It's not Dane. Thor.
Thor.
I'm gonna message Thor and say, "This is the guy we have to kill."
We're so
Yeah.
bad at remembering your name.
I don't remember. Do we all know?
I don't mind.
No, technically the only ones that know for sure about the hey, we're gonna murder would be the two who were there, so Lucius and Thorv, and now Azaka. And
Fib.
I feel
I
like
mentioned
you
it
mentioned
to Fib as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I get a name?
No, but I'll point out
You
that
just-
this is the one.
Okay.
And
I'm
as a
picturing the dwarf like trying to be subtle, like a head nod, slit throat motion.
And Fib just like I feel like Fib was just like has that really creepy like smile that just slowly goes up her face when she realizes.
as
She's
an
excited to
aside,
do a murder.
I'm intending to let just about everybody in the party know that we're gonna kill this fucker as we're following him. So
Ooh, are you sure that's a good idea?
I'm not gonna let Cyrene know. That was never a plan. Never, ever, ever in the plan. But I'm letting everybody else know.
I
Even
feel so
Scorn?
bad for Cyrene.
I do too, but well,
How did she
Scorn-
end up with us?
Scorn. I will message Scorn in a way, and I guess I can RP that if you would like.
No, it's. I mean, sure, go for it.
So, okay, I'll just message Scorn and say, hey Scorn, I know you're not really all about the whole political side of the city, but I was hired to kill this man.
Okay, that's why we bring him, because we don't need guide.
And you just see a nod out of Lucius.
Okay, I'll. Oh wait, I can't respond. So never mind.
Well, I mean, do you look? I guess because I have to like look at you to be able to.
Right.
So if I see like you're starting to say something, I'll message back and say, yes. Unfortunately, this should bring some good money, but this guy's a real asshole anyway.
I will try my best not to get too attached to him.
It'll be so hard.
I give Scorn a thumbs up.
Yeah, Scorn just nods.
All right.
God,
You-
sorry, go.
Who don't you tell? Just me, or do you like tell what's his name in Dragonbait?
Yeah, artist and Dragonbait.
I'm
Yeah.
probably not gonna say anything to Artis. Dragonbait, I don't think can understand me that well anyway, so there's no sense in telling him. But I'll probably end up leaving Artis out, and I may tell him later, but I'm not gonna tell him immediately.
Okay. Just to clarify something, because I mean, having been traveling with these guys for a while, like I mean, you would know Dragonbait most definitely understands common.
Right, I know he understands. I just don't think that it's me telling him is not gonna really change anything.
We
Yeah.
figured that out when Fib was talking to him about her kinks.
Oh lord.
God,
But-
Fib loves murdering so much. She's so excited.
It's kind of a need to know thing. Like, if I don't either know how they're going to react, or I don't think they're going to react positively to this, or at least neutral to this, then I'm not
Uh-huh.
going to say anything. That's why I'm not saying anything to Cyrene. Because I
Okay.
don't know how she'd react. I don't really know how Dragonbait would react, because we've never fucking interacted with him other than him killing shit. And, Artis, I will probably let Artis know on the sly, but that's its own thing.
Okay.
Cyrene really is too good for this.
She really is.
I feel bad that, like, how did she deserve this?
Oh, she didn't. She just kind of got wrapped up with the wrong crowd.
She's
But
too
she's-
good.
She's perfectly happy. She's the perfect foil to the rest of the group.
Aww.
She's our nice face.
Yeah.
Sadie is very concerned.
Even though like
She
every
should
NP, like almost all the NPCs we run across are assholes, so she's upset.
Yeah.
Well, Azaka wasn't. nor was Artis.
Yeah, but we've ran across quite a few.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna help the puppy, Eric.
Okay.
You have a puppy named Eric?
Yep.
Aw. That's cute.
Yeah. Come on, Eric, let's go outside.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I figure we can keep going until I don't know. Maybe we get to a point where Sirenny might want to do something.
Yeah.
Quick, kill him now.
No.
Yeah, right?
No.
So yeah, I mean, like, what's the plan here? Get him a couple days out, and then
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Something
Do
like
some
that?
stabs.
Well.
Why are we waiting a couple days?
So that no one will suspect us.
So, I mean, I guess I'll divulge my entire plan, since that's kind of a thing. I want to get him a couple days out, wait until the night of either, like, the first day or the second day, and I'm going to send Stratos to just bite him and see what happens. And then if he still puts up a fight, then I'll just fucking kill him. Like, just in cold blood.
Are you like warning anyone that you're doing this? So that we can-
Yes.
Okay.
Over the course of the couple days, I'm gonna subtly message all the people that I want
Okay.
to know.
Like, can we get like readied actions?
Yeah, basically, I want to prepare everybody to either stay out of the way, or if they want to help, they can. And
Hex, yeah.
you know, I will offer money in exchange if they will, if they want to help me.
Scorn's not participating. He's not stopping it or anything, but he doesn't really care enough to do
Yeah,
anything.
and I'm cool with that too. It's just kind of a heads up.
Why don't we just kill him after like a day or two and say something else killed him if we ever run back into this place?
I mean, that's the plan. I only
Yeah,
paid
but
him
why-
for 2 days, so.
Why put up with him for 4 days or whatever?
No, I was
Get
thinking
him-
like 1 or 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
Get him
we'd have to-
deeper into the jungle.
Yeah. Or, who knows, maybe we can get him deep into the jungle, find out whatever it is, and have it squish him.
Nah, I like to just kill him.
I mean, we
Yeah,
can
that sounds risky.
let him run in and start fighting it, and then just, ha 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 ha, fuck you. Boom.
Yeah,
kill him.
but he's a douchebag. He'd probably do the same thing to us. He'd wait for us to go in there.
We paid him, though.
Not to go kill stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, that his flyer says he'll do whatever the hell whatever we want him to do.
Okay.
So.
He'll do
That's true.
whatever we want him to do.
Oh lord, no kinks.
All right.
Fib pulls out her bottle
Box
of
full of
bugs.
centipedes.
Yeah,
And I will say,
and
just
her water bottle.
all of this discussion has happened in messages throughout.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's just like, wow, these people are really quiet.
No, he's too busy talking about how great he is to
Yes.
notice that we're not.
I mean,
doing
that's
it.
fair.
Yeah, I mean, he's flexing and, oh, I fought a thing over there, and flexing as he's pointing.
Is this guy actually good at navigating? Because if he's not, then I'm gonna refute him. But if he's like correct, then I'll be fine with him, quote unquote, leading us.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be a pretty competent navigator.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I have 5 snake heads from God.
Oh, from the cat things.
Yeah.
I would like to position myself for the snake bite so that I can stab him with my black dagger into the throat if he looks like he's not going to go down from poison.
Okay.
Well, we'll wait and like,
Yeah.
yeah. More discussion will be had.
Well, I
Okay.
I thought we were like going to do it right now.
Well, we gotta get a couple days out. So.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, yeah, you're traveling and all that stuff, and of course, Shago is talking.
Oh, thank God you cut out. I don't have to hear what Shago was talking about.
how wonderful Shago is.
Oh,
Of course.
fuck him.
So,
And
after the
yeah.
first day, I'm gonna use the sending stone. I'm gonna say, Jesus Christ, this guy is insufferable. And that's all I'm gonna say to her.
Who has the other sending stone?
Quayote.
And she said don't send it wantonly, but like I put some like, oh my god, this guy is insufferable. I know now why you killed him. Or you want him killed.
Yeah. So yeah, as Shago is going on about how wonderful it is to be Shago. Yeah, you know, he probably does actually a lot of what Taylor was talking about. Like, you know, oh yeah, I remember fighting off the undead horde back around this area. And I wrestled a Commodon once by myself. Broke all of its necks.
I don't care.
The biggest person in our groups looks at him. I don't care.
Fib just nods.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm bothering you, friend. Just trying to make an idle chat to traverse the wilds. But,
It's okay. You could probably just stop talking if you did want to bother us.
He says, certainly, you know, you all must come from a different culture than Port Nyanzaru, I suppose. But, such is life, from all walks. Though, perhaps this is just what the less fortunate are like. Anyway, continuing on. Another, you know, say half day or so. You know, you guys are like stopped for food and all that good stuff.
Does he keep talking?
I mean, like it dies off for maybe like an hour or so, but then he like kind of picks back up and he's like, "Oh, this reminds me of growing up back in Port Nyanzaru."
I tried to see if I can start saying like filibuster him. Keep talking and see
Fight
what
fire
point.
with fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is interesting.
A talk off. All right.
Fib smiles a little bit.
Yeah, you see Lucius kind of perk up as Sirenny starts trying to conversate with him.
Okay, so I guess this is kind of a weird one. Make a charisma check. Just it's kind of like the ability to spin whatever the topic of conversation is toward yourself.
18.
18. All right. I mean, it's close. It's like back and forth, but I think Sirenny just barely has the edge. So it's like, you know, it's probably like 60% Sirenny, 40% Shago.
Can we also try to steer the conversation towards Cyrano?
Anything but this guy, please.
We like, you know, just ask like, "Oh yeah, what did your childhood friends say about that?" Anything to make it about her.
Yeah, and you know, like Shago, he's definitely trying. Like he's making a conscious effort to steer it back towards himself. Like, oh yes, I remember all of my friends back when I was growing up in Nyanzaru. They were jealous because I always got to check out the new shipments in my mother's many stores. But
Oh, your mother ran lots of stores? Yeah, with me and my parents, we ran like this temple, so we would go out to people, and like, we ended up going to many stores too, and we got supplies.
Hey, Sirenny,
and
were your
some-
parents blue too?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's
Which I mean
awesome.
shouldn't be too surprising, but
Jeez. Cyrene is getting spicy.
That's fine.
Yeah, it just.
Yeah.
We try to foil his plan just because he's so annoying. And honestly, it's probably a bit entertaining trying to do everything we can to annoy him with this.
Fib's favorite part of this is that even Cyrene is getting in on it.
Yeah, like,
And she's in a better mood than she's been in for a while.
Cyrene started this.
That's true.
we're torturing this guy before we take him out into the jungle and kill him.
Good. He deserves that.
I just think he's being annoying.
Yeah.
He deserves anything we do to him.
I just drop a ways behind the group. Just
Right.
so I'm just barely within earshot of him.
Okay. Yeah, although I think I think one of the things that does unavoidably come up in the conversation as he is, you know, basically bragging about how wonderful it is to be Shago. He's a rich kid, for sure. He grew up in a pretty rich family back in and yeah, you know, naturally he's just one of the most well-connected people in the city, shy of a merchant prince and all that stuff. But yeah, so we'll say like a day and a half has gone by now. So you're coming up to like you're coming up to evening of like the first full travel day or the second travel day altogether.
I'm impressed that we haven't killed him
At
yet.
this point, the messages start going out that tonight is the night.
Can we, the whole time we're walking, we're just talking shit about him through messages?
I mean, I will keep the message spell going as long as you guys are conversating back and forth with me. So,
You're like, it's like when you're texting like 6 people at the same
Yes.
time. You're like, oh shoot, I gotta send this one out.
yep, and I'm telling each other what you guys are saying about this asshole.
We're like in a group chat.
Basically, yeah.
Every time he messaged me, I just ask, can we kill him yet?
Tonight is the night.
Well, wait, does he?
Are we there yet?
I would ask him at some point if he speaks any languages besides Common and
Oh yeah.
because yeah, I'd be talking. I can talk smack in Dwarven, Giant, and Elvish.
Yeah, no, Shago just knows common.
Oh,
Do we all know Elvish? That seems
I
a
do
pretty
not.
common.
I
Shit.
don't. Which probably is a good thing.
How do you do all of your languages at once?
she's
I
got
have
it
it
all
all
in
in my
one.
proficiency, so I just hit it and it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for mine it's all different.
That's because I just used commas.
I didn't enter mine in. I did the character builder.
Oh,
Oh.
Hang on, I'll change it.
Primordial.
Yep.
Primadoral.
Primordial.
There we go.
I can't actually. Oh, no, I can't actually edit it. Oh,
That's
there we
weird.
go.
Just all talk about this guy in Elvish.
Unjust.
Yeah, mostly Elvish.
That's actually perfect because, in case we slip about killing him, Cyrene won't
Yeah.
know.
And then Lucius is just kind of checking in with us on what we're saying
Yeah, I'm
with
just.
messaging.
Yeah, I'm kind of messaging back and forth, letting you guys know the plan. You guys can work it out amongst yourselves.
I mean, I definitely give you some questioning looks about you guys just speaking Elvish all the time.
I look very confused as well, but I know exactly what the fuck is up. I just try to put on a look like, what? What are they talking about? So,
I would tell Cyrene that we're talking about how much we hate this guy.
I mean, I guess I can
If she like asks, I guess.
Yeah.
Can you? You don't share a language with her.
I do.
I don't.
I
I'd say it in common. I don't care.
I share 2
Oh.
with her.
Yeah, I mean he could.
I can't do an active translation. I don't know Elvish.
Well, dang it.
But I mean, I guess I could do what is it? Comprehend languages, but we'd have to.
Well, then
stop
we're
a
just
bunch.
burning spell slots to be rude.
I mean,
It's almost worth it.
Yeah, I know some really obscene languages, and that's about it.
Obscene,
yeah,
I mean,
it's obscene.
obscure.
not obscure.
Nope, they're obscene.
I know the most.
I mean, like, you know, they are
volatile
demon and devil
languages.
languages, so.
Yeah. I know those in common, so like I could talk to you normally, or I could speak to you in like fucking Pig Latin.
Stratos
Pig
is
Latin, that's what we're going
undercommon.
with?
I don't know.
It's weird though because like the only difference in the languages me and Lucius knows is that I know Celestial and he knows Infernal.
Yep, that checks out.
But yeah, so, okay. So you guys are kind of like setting, you know, mentally at least preparing for the murder that you shall
The
be
murder.
attempting this evening.
Yeah.
So, from what I heard of the preemptive planning before, Fib wants to kind of be in a position to be able to, like,
Mhm.
knife the dude in the neck.
She wants
Um,
to be close.
He wants to feel
Okay.
her target die.
Exactly. Feels good.
Yep.
Okay,
That's
so
weird that you say the T exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what you say. It's
Yeah, I say it exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced.
but you're like exactly. Like you put super extra
Not
emphasis
just
on that
exactly.
Exactly.
It is weird.
It's
I like
how
to
it-
say raspberry and really get the P in there.
I like to say library because that's how British people say it.
Library.
And strawberry.
or you could go full Virginia and just say lawberry.
Oh!
Anyway,
I say library and strawberry.
I hate John when he says that.
It's great. It's like I just like to see which people react to it because some people are like, "Wait, what?" and other people just let me keep talking. It's usually
Some
the closer.
people.
Well, the closer I am to someone, the more likely they are to interrupt and point out how stupid what I just said was. You know.
Sometimes I kick you when you say it, and you can't. I break your leg.
Oh, okay.
We gotta hang out more often, John.
That's a really strong kick.
Yeah, I know. I'm powerful.
So.
Anyway.
Back to the
Yeah.
murder. We're all like. I feel
We're
like
all giddy with
Yes.
murder
I know.
energy.
this is intense.
so yeah, so Lucius wants to have Stratos attack and kind of be on standby with whatever else.
Yeah.
Fib wants to knife a dude in the neck. Anybody else who is actively participating, what do you want to do?
And actually, what I'm gonna
I'll
do,
be nearby
Okay.
I'm gonna
just
cast.
so that I can help.
I'm gonna cast disguise self on myself and make myself look like that. I'm gonna actually make myself look like Quaothe.
Why?
Oh, okay. All right. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the person who told us to kill?
Yep.
Why? Okay.
Just touch.
Yep, alright.
If you're doing this at night, I'm sure I'm gonna be
We'll put a bed sheet up so you can't see.
Just a bed sheet.
But yeah.
That's amazing.
You know the bed sheets we always keep in.
Yeah.
Ooh! There's a new season of the the volume's loud. Never mind.
That's my favorite show.
The volume's loud.
I was wondering if they were gonna reboot it.
Well, why does it just start playing? I don't understand.
It's punishing you for doing it while D&D is going on.
It's relevant to what's happening in the chat.
Right. Well,
So, yeah. So logistically, like, how are you gonna get Shago isolated?
I mean, you don't really need to isolate him as so much as keep him away from me.
yeah, nobody. I don't think anybody's gonna want to be around him. I assume he would sleep about as loud as he is when he's awake. Just snores very braggartly and.
Snores braggartly.
Is that how snoring works?
Snores
Arrogant, so
braggadociously.
I mean, I assume he's just the king of douchebags and just exudes douchebaggery out of his very pores. Even his sweat is bragging.
Yeah. Try to sleep pretty far from him. Within the safe circle of the camp, but pretty far from him.
It's too bad that I don't want to be blamed for the murder, otherwise I'd do a little torture first.
Yeah.
I'd tell that to Lucius.
I mean, I guess I will message, or is it through message at some point?
Yeah.
I'll message back and say, well, do you have a way to disguise yourself? Because I'm planning on disguising myself to add a little bit of mental torture just before he dies.
Unfortunately I don't. Well, not one that he might be able to see through it. And you know how these things.
He's a human, right?
Yeah.
I'll message back and say, I don't think he can see at night anyway.
So we've established that Vicious Mockery, no one can tell that I'm casting it, right? Because of Grottos, or whatever.
Grappos.
Grappos.
Grotto.
Stratini.
I mean,
Because I'm
like,
insulting him throughout the whole day. And that's essentially what the spell is.
okay. I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's fair.
But you'd be doing ego damage, not psychic damage.
Why? It says psychic damage.
I know, but...
Ego damage is still psychic.
Oh, I know that.
Oh,
I'm just...
okay.
I'm
Die of
making-
shame.
Yes!
Because, like, it's only a cantrip, and it's only 1d4 damage.
Just give him a fucking splitting migraine all day.
Yeah! So
That
every
actually might
time
help.
I insult him throughout the whole day, and every time I vicious mock him, I mock him viciously.
Okay, I mean, like, how many times are you willing to? Like, I feel like at some point you have to make a connection there.
Okay, so I do it until he starts complaining about his head hurt.
Okay, I mean, like, I think there's probably a visceral reaction on the. Go ahead and
On what?
the first one. So you
Okay.
could like go ahead and roll one, and okay, he's gonna make a save. So Shago.
No.
Becca,
You broke that one.
you did bad.
Yeah.
Oops, there's nothing here.
Anyway,
Looking for gifs that do exist?
um, okay, so actually he nails his save. So
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
that's only one
realistically-
damage, so.
realistically, it's just gonna go on and on and on. Okay, he fails his third. So okay,
I'll
4
do it
points.
till if he gives a reaction the first time, that's not as satisfying. So I'll do it 3 times total. Like 3 times I can tell it hurt him.
You're gonna kill him from a headache.
Yep. He just has an aneurysm and his eye explodes out of his head.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, go ahead and roll a couple more. Okay. Yeah, we'll say this has been like, over the last half of the day or whatever, kind of leading up to your next rest, which is, the time that you'd set up camp and sleep. Okay. So, Maybe you've softened him a bit.
Ew!
Uh,
That sounds gross.
That's good.
sure, if that's where your mind goes, I guess.
I mean, I know I sleep heavily when I've got a headache, so like,
Yeah.
that may help us.
Okay.
Also,
So,
it's satisfying. I
Oh, very
do
much
definitely tell Lucius what I'm doing.
I definitely approve of this, and tell her, please, anything else you can do to fuck with him, do it.
I like that. I feel like we didn't really get along that well, but today has been a big bonding experience.
Yes.
bonding over murder.
I mean,
we realize we have something in common. We love to murder.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, the day drags on, and eventually it's time to set up camp and all that good stuff. And yeah, everybody kind of gets the bedrolls laid out and that good stuff.
I will say too, for the sake of it, Stratos for the last day and a half has not been out. He's been in his pocket dimension.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So once everybody's all set up, say, I mean, you're reasonably spread out. Everybody gets a little bit of a personal bubble at least. So
I want to wait
maybe.
until it gets dark enough for like
Mhm.
non-dark vision people to have a rough time.
Okay.
That does include me.
Perfect.
Yes.
I want to be awake for whatever watch we're gonna do this on, so that I have my armor and stuff on.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say so you can see.
Now, what was the watch order? Because I know I was the nighttime watch.
Yep, same.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, we can all just like pretend to sleep.
Well,
all who
you
are
would be up
participating.
for it too.
Yeah.
Because you only
Yeah,
need
I'm
4.
Dawn, so I would be asleep.
So, I told Groyle Mod too. I don't know if he wants in on it.
I think Groyle Mod is in.
All right. So what I will do is, middle of our watch, I'm waking everybody up who wants to participate. So Groyle Mod, I'll wake Fib up if she's still not awake.
Well, you'll stop her meditation.
Well, it should be
She
about over
doesn't
anyway.
sleep. Yeah.
So Groyle Mod has an idea on how to maybe if we want to get him away from camp a little bit to do the.
Okay.
Please, anything.
So Groyle Mod could put on his goblin mask and act like he's just a random goblin. And if Shago takes a watch, I could lead him out into the forest a bit.
Why does he have a goblin mask?
Because he was a part of a goblin tribe and they all have masks.
Yeah, it's not it's not a mask that looks like a goblin. It's it's a mask of goblin origin.
Okay, that's what I was picturing. I was like, to disguise yourself as a different goblin?
Okay.
He puts a bigger version of the mask in his image over the one he's got on.
He now looks like a goblin bobblehead.
That's awesome. I like the plan. I will spread the news to the rest of the group. I will wake you up, act asleep. I'm going to wake him up and have him... So, yes. So, we'll go with Groyle Mod's plan. I like it. Basically...
I'm just scared that he'll get away.
He ain't getting away.
Okay.
I'll wake Groyle Mod up, and I'll say, your plan sounds great. I will, and then, I'll let Groyle Mod go off and just kind of in the bushes or whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
So, and I'll continue messaging him to the point of where I can't see him,
Yeah.
and I'll just be like, Groyle Mod, I don't know where you are, I can't see you, so you're good. Then hopefully the message gets to him.
So what Groyle Mod is going to do is he's going to put on his mask, and then when he thinks it's a good time to try and get Shago away, he's going to rustle in the leaves and he's going to speak in Goblin. He's just going to say gibberish. It doesn't matter what he's saying.
Yeah.
Until Shago notices and starts like coming at him. Then he's going to fire a single arrow, like a warning shot kind of a deal, and then run.
All right.
All right. So I'll let you let me know about that then.
Yeah, I'll let you know that I'm going to fire a single shot, and that's when you guys will know I'm running out into the forest further.
All right, I'm gonna tell everybody then that, you know, because he can't see, I'll tell them to kind of position themselves in that area, so that as he's running, they can start taking him out.
Okay.
And I've got Stratos is going to be in the bush, just barely in the bush, and as soon as he runs anywhere close, Stratos is going to take a nip at him too.
Okay.
Right on the ankle.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, we'll say we get to that time of night when it is time for an ambush. Okay. So, Groil Mod, go ahead and make a performance check. With
I believe in
advantage,
you.
because you're a goblin, because, I think you're good at doing goblin stuff. A 10, okay, I mean, it's
Average.
decent. So yeah, I mean, Shago, kind of wakes up, comes to his senses, immediately, grabs the spear and shield, and, you see him kind of, cautiously peer over into the bush. Hello? He gets it. Okay. Alright, let's see. Okay, so you fire a shot with the longbow, and he, last second, just blocks it. Actually, no, because you would have advantage. He doesn't, see you outright, I think. So, yeah, you just barely hit. And so he takes a little bit of damage. There you go.
All right.
And then you take off, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I think Shago then, he turns back to the camp and says, "To arms, we're under attack!" And...
I'll run out after whatever was shooting at us.
Okay.
I'll just kind of wake up. Huh? What? Huh? And then at this
I
point,
will also wake up.
Stratos is going to slither out and try to bite him.
Okay.
I get up and I run next to him as if I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
So he's
Yeah.
right by the bush, right?
Yeah, at this point he is.
Yeah, so Stratos is just going to slither up and right on the ankle.
Does he make that noise?
No.
Rah!
I don't think I have a thing for him.
Okay.
I think that means he just automatically hits.
Yeah. This is
Yeah.
it doesn't have a tag, it must be free.
It's the funniest joke ever. Anyway, okay. Character sheet open.
I mean, if I see something without a tag and there's an identical one, I just put the other one back and grab the one with the tag.
Mhm.
That's what
Because
every
you don't want
normal
to deal with
person
that.
does.
Okay.
I don't want to make them have to deal with that.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, you hear a snake just whip out of the bush and snap at Shago, and you hear him kind of ah. And then let's see. So then we've got Thor running after him to help. And you said, is Fib already out there?
Fib was gonna run up next to him.
Okay. Azaka is awake and runs up and is in the immediate vicinity and freaks Shago the hell out as she hybrid.
I'm gonna wake up and light a torch first because I can't see crap. If I leave the camp.
Okay.
You're gonna help him.
Upon seeing the torch, I'll say, Sirenny, put it out. We don't want to draw
We have a fire.
Well, it's... I kept it low burning since
Okay.
Thorv and
Well, I
I
will
can both
then-
see. I'll say, well, I'll message her and I'll say, put it out. I think we might be
Okay.
surrounded.
Like, oh, that's great.
And then I will go to stand next to Sirenny, and I'll just kind of grab her and say, "Don't worry, I'll be your eyes."
I'll
Aww.
grab some water that we have and kind of dump it on it.
All right.
'Cause
Why don't
I'm
you
sure
just
we
put
have
it
some
in your
water sitting
hair?
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just flip upside down, do an upside down handstand, and stick my hair into the ground.
Wow, you can do that?
You didn't know who William Dafoe is.
His disguise was too good.
Okay, so, yeah, Shago gets snapped at by a snake, and then he's kind of like flanked by Fib and Thor, and Azaka is like right behind those two. And then I think Artis and Dragonbait are also kind of like responding, and they're like kind of ready to roll. They're like, okay, what the hell's going on? And then Lucius over by Sirenny. Scorn, is Scorn doing anything?
No.
Storm just rolls over and snores.
Yep.
I love that Scorn is like, I don't really want to do the murder, but like, if you guys want to, you know,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah. You know.
La la
So
la
it
la
doesn't
la.
really-
Can't hear the
yeah.
murder.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, he goes running out. He's flanked by you guys. Are you attacking him, or are you like waiting to get him out, or what's the deal?
I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter.
Okay. All right. What's the DC on that?
13.
13.
And the components are tiny darts and a feather, so I just
tarts.
stab. Oh, shoot. What's a tiny tart?
It's like a
Like a food?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a
Oh.
Pop Tart.
Okay,
but tiny.
Yeah.
that's
Um,
boring. So I just reach into my pocket and throw shit at him, I guess.
He just reaches in and throws it. Pocket sand.
It's what the frog was accused of stealing.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Eh. Where am I tart?
Okay, so yeah, you throw that at him, and ooh, that's a 20 on the wisdom save.
Shoot.
Does he have an intelligence higher than 4?
He does.
Oh.
Okay, well, good news is that it's not like he'll be able to tell. He knows I'm a magic person. He thinks I'm trying to get the goblins.
Yeah, you just threw a tart at him. You know,
For whatever reason, I
Well,
imagine it's like the
he
Pokeball, like throwing a
he was-
Pokeball and it hits him in the head and just kind of falls, and he's like, "What?"
He was just talking about how he needs much food, so here, have some energy.
I'm gonna use Burning Hands in that general direction.
oh God. All right.
As this is going on, I want to message artists and
Oh,
say,
shit.
"Wake up! Wake up!" I'll say, "You and Dragonbait get Scorn up, but stay put and keep torch low, or keep no torch, light low."
Okay. All right. So let's see. So
Isn't Burning Hands a dex save?
yeah, it is a dex save. So he needs to make one.
Do I also have to make it? Because I'm right next to him.
Make it at advantage, because I think. Oh boy, Shago failed.
Oh, good.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, Finn.
yeah.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
little singed, but Shago definitely gets like the full brunt of it. So yeah, that's gonna happen, and then we're gonna have to get into some initiative and really.
Shoot,
get
sorry, I
messy with
missed.
stuff.
See, it is more believable because he got me too. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let me roll some initiative for fucking everybody. But
So Fib just cusses and is like, "Be more careful with that next time." But then, like, if you could see her, she would.
Yeah. I'm a +2 on that too.
yep,
which is
yep. I just
awesome.
moved you up. So let me
You think I'm getting rid of this adorable creature off of my screen?
Yeah, I'm not. It has not gone down since it came up. It's staying.
So Fib needs to take half that damage, doesn't she?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh my god, his fucking avatar thing looks even smugger.
Combat music, begin. Okay.
Oh god, you're right. God, I just want to stab it.
I'm not hearing combat music either. Now I am.
It says
It's okay. I'm looking at mine and it makes me really happy.
Oh yes. Perfect murderating music.
All right,
Do
and
the
yeah,
murders.
you guys fucking won initiative. Holy crap.
It's because
So-
we want to kill so badly.
I guess. Yeah, Lucius, what are you doing?
Gosh, he's even
Um,
below me.
So can I have Stratos try to take another nip at him?
Oh yeah, I should put Stratos on the map, shouldn't I?
So it'd be
Just
in the
go
bush, kind of between.
Flying Snake.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So yeah, Stratos is gonna do a bite,
Nom nom.
and he does a bite, and it's a 25 to hit. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, that'll be my action. I'm going to. Did my message get off to Artis?
Yeah. Remind me what that was. One more time.
My message to Artis was grab Dragon Bait and get Scorn up. We'll take it until. And I said grab Dragon Bait, get Scorn up, no torch.
Okay. Yeah. I would say that would have gotten through. So yeah,
Cool.
he'll probably be doing that. Cool.
And that'll
Anything
be-
else?
Nope.
All right. Fib.
Okay, so Fib pulls out her rapier.
Oh boy.
Nope.
All right.
If it hits, I have something to add to it.
So, yeah, you like lunge at him with the rapier, and last second he blocks it. with his shield.
Oh! Okay. Never mind then. She's not gonna pretend that she's not going after him. That's silly. That's it for her.
No inspiration.
This is-
I guess. I gotta use it to attack.
You can use
Okay.
it on somebody else.
Yeah, Thorv. Well, yeah, that would. Thorv can have it.
All right. Okay. So yeah, he like blocks you, Fib, and he says, "Traitors! You attack your own guide."
Shut up.
All right. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna have Artis contemplate life for a second. So let's see. He is going to do something. We'll see what he does. Okay, he doesn't know what the hell's going on. So it seems like I think he's gonna do like the most neutral thing, which is probably like go and get Scorn up. Yeah. So he does that. He kind of runs over to Scorn and like, stoops down and he's like violently shaking Scorn awake. Like, get up!
Fine.
Is this the weirdest reaction he backed from Scott?
All right. Dragon Bait. I mean, he's also trying to like figure out what the F is going on here. So, gonna do the thing. All right. Okay. So, Dragon Bait is going to run over and he is going to make a push attack on Fib.
Why?
Can he see?
Okay, that's a fair point. Let's see. Let me check.
Because I don't think we've ever actually discussed that yet, Dark Vision.
We might have to kill Dragon Bait.
No.
If Dragon Bait isn't cool with us.
Okay, so let's see. Surprisingly, he doesn't seem to have dark vision. So, yeah, I guess then he'll take the turn, and I guess he's gonna then light up a torch. So he's gonna solve that problem for himself. Okay. Then you can't really do much with a bonus. So, Thorv, what you doing? Bearing in mind that you are now illuminated.
I'm gonna shout out that he's trying to kill Gorilla Mod. Stab him with my sword.
Okay.
Whoa! Nice.
Only the one.
Hell yeah.
All
That's
right.
Way
all.
to get
That's-
min damage on your crit.
Yeah, right?
It hits.
Okay, so yeah, the first one hits, second one he like bats away. Okay. That's it?
That's it.
Alright. Azaka in her like gravelly hybrid tiger voice just like yells at the two of you who are like right up on Shago. Enough! And again, okay, she can see.
Yeah.
And she's gonna come up and yeah, she's gonna try and shove Dane. Let's see. I mean, it's weird from
Dane.
yeah, fucking Thorv. She's gonna have to do a weird thing gameplay wise, which is like circle around and like push to here to get him away. Let's see, that's gonna be a shove attack, which
But he's trying to kill Gorilla Mod. You have to save him.
he doesn't believe you.
That's the real
Why
one.
not?
She knows
She's
the real
rude.
reason.
Did you tell her?
Yep.
God damn it.
Okay, so let's see.
How
Come
come
on.
the music stopped?
It didn't. It
It
just.
didn't.
It's just a different one. It's building the tension.
It says nothing currently.
It's.
Well, it's wrong.
I finally unmuted.
Anyway, that is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so she's not going to damage you. She just is going to move you to there. And then she's going to kind of like step in the midst of all this craziness. Yeah, Cyrene.
I am super confused. And like, Lucius, what's happening?
I can't answer.
And I will hold my action until I know something more about the situation.
Okay. Scorn.
I say to Lucius, is it what is going on? What do I need to? I told you I didn't want to be involved.
Involved in what?
What does Lucius say?
I can't reply to my turn, can I?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, these are all kind of free actiony things.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's attacking Groyomod. That's all I know.
Hmm.
All right. Well. All right. With that, then I'll take. Wait. Do I have night vision? I don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah. No, I don't. Okay.
We have
There's a pretty-
congregated a group of people without night vision.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So let me actually put I'm gonna put like an aura on Dragonbait's mini though, because he does have a torch out. So
Oh.
anything in this, I feel like it's that you should be able to see. Or is it more? Is it 2040 for a torch? Is that
I
right?
thought it was
I don't have anything showing.
3060. But
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I gotta.
I think it's 20.
Yeah, I think it's 20.
Okay, that was
It
my
is.
first instinct.
Yeah, it's 2040.
Cause
Okay.
I had to write it on my fake DM screen because I always forgot it and they were in a dungeon.
Okay, so then yeah, we'll do that
That's an understatement.
here.
What?
That we were in the dungeon.
Okay, so like everybody, to some extent, is illuminated.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out if any of my critters have nightmare. Direwolves should, right?
Have dark vision?
Yeah.
Direwolves don't have dark vision.
Owls do.
What a good battle. I almost just said battle morph.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, that's good enough for me to see, though. So, I'm gonna go. Is this difficult terrain?
Yeah, but then again, Artis isn't really like imposing himself between you and the group if you wanted to pass through his space.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I could just go here. I don't know. Alright. 5, 10. I'm just running up to here because I'm still not 100% sure what's going on, so I want to look and see if I can figure out what my
Okay.
role is in all this.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting up to there and not taking any actions.
Okay. All right, vicious goblin attacker. What are you doing?
Would Groemon have heard them saying that he's attacking me? Shago's attacking.
Yeah, like you're close enough. You would hear.
Okay, I think Groemon's just clever enough that he would be like, "Ah, why you attack me?"
Okay. And that's
and I
it, you
would
just-
move.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right. So then, Shago. He's gonna say, "I didn't attack anyone. I was attacked by that one," and he points out, toward where Groilmod is like running away to. "I went to see what was going on, and then I was attacked by these two," and he gestures at Fib and Thorv. And he like, I think he's just gonna like take on a very defensive posture at this point, and kind of like appeal to Azaka for like, "You saw that, right?" Okay. Lucius,
Yep.
what are you doing?
All right. So Sireni and Artis see me make a quick hand motion and say one word, and the torch is gone. It's out.
Nice.
I snuff the torch,
Okay.
and then I don't know if I can have Stratos attack again or not. But that'll be all I'm gonna do. Well, actually, I will whisper to Artis and say, well, Artis and Cernino say, "No, I saw he attacked." Just loud enough for those two to hear.
I want to just respond, be like, well, then, I mean, we have the numbers, just tie him up and we can return him.
Return him. This one
Get a
didn't
refund.
work out.
We're looking for a full refund. This is ridiculous. Okay.
This is
Did
defective.
not operate how
You're
we were told it was gonna be.
Customers. I want to talk to your manager.
We shouldn't have to have our guide kill us.
No. This is insane.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, Fib, what you doing?
Can I, as a bonus action, dip my knife in poison?
Let's see. What's the first thing I can see on the subject?
Did you have the
I mean, she knew she had to do a murder, so
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Let's see. Applying poison takes an action.
okay, fine, whatever. So I'll just rapier him. God damn it.
Yeah, blocked.
Ugh. Alright, I don't have any spells as bonus actions because I chose spells poorly, so that's it. Let me see
Okay.
when a bard can replace spells.
Alright, then Artis. Alright. Again, he's still trying to make sense of the situation. See how that goes. Alright.
He also can't see again.
Mm-hmm. But he does know that you did that, so there's that. Alright, so yeah, he is going to head down as best he can this way. Kind of just fumbling along, I guess. And he's just gonna say, "Everybody, stop! We need to figure out what in the hells are going on here, and not murder each other before we can figure out what the hell's going on. So, everybody put the weapons down. Talk it out."
Can I take my action now?
I suppose you do know more about the situation.
I am going to take my shield off my back and cast plate on it.
And blind
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So you get the same thing that Dragonbait had. Cool. Set that up right.
I
20.
don't think anyone knew I could cast that because I haven't cast
40.
it.
Boom. Okay.
That did not show up. Nope, now it did.
I was gonna say, it fucking better have. Alright. So, that's a thing. Anything else from Cyrenny?
Nope.
Okay. Alright.
I mean,
So,
I could only do an action, so.
yeah, that's true. I forgot it wasn't actually your turn. Okay, so then Dragonbait can see, and yeah, I mean, I think he's going to, I guess, seeing Fib still in like a combat stance, trying to stab Shago, he's gonna come over and try and I guess like try and restrain Fib, so call it like a grapple kind of thing.
That's rude as hell.
Alright, Dragonbait. Going to make an athletics check against either your athletics or acrobatics.
They're both the same. Wait. No, no. Haha!
Okay, you managed to duck him. Okay, maybe
I'm
not
like-
duck, because you're really tall. But you slip out somehow.
And I'm like, what are you doing? He tried to kill Gryamod.
And Dragonbait is just exuding the smell of brimstone, like sulfur.
You smell nasty. Actually, Fib wouldn't care about that.
Alright, Thorf, what are you doing?
Well, we can't just let him get away with killing our friend. Trying to kill our friend. So I'll start walking around and try and grapple him.
Okay. Everybody grab everybody.
We're all hugging.
That's because we're all
Alright,
such good friends.
so-
It's an athletics check.
Yes, it's an athletics check for you, and then he can... Acrobatics. Let's see.
I'll use my inspiration on that too.
Ooh, okay.
And that is what again for Fib?
D6?
No, yeah, is it D6 or is it D4?
Yeah, I think it's a D6.
D6.
Okay.
22.
Yeah. So you grapple him. Cool. Do you have a bonus action that you wanted to do, or?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. All right. So then Azaka. Yeah, I mean she's kind of standing there. She's gonna say to everyone, "Can we be civil about this?" And she's clearly ready to, I don't know, use an action to do a thing if a condition happens. I don't know if I can telegraph that anymore. Okay, Sirenny, what are you doing?
I am going to walk this way. And hold my action, waiting for someone to attack someone.
Okay. Scorn.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know. I was trying real hard not to do anything.
Don't be lazy.
I'm just gonna go for here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, because I don't really necessarily agree with murdering him, but I don't disagree with it either.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Yep. So, I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Goromod?
Alright, seeing that they have not continued following me, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark. And then attack him with my longbow.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
And then
So-
I'm going to use my Fury of the Small. I think that's an extra d6.
Yep.
Oh no, it's equal to my level, so an extra 3 damage on top of that.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, just out of the woods. Arrow comes and just like lodges in his back. Uncomfortably close probably to Thorv's arms as they're like wrapped around him, but you know, manages to not commit any friendly fire.
How hurt does he look?
I mean he's beat up, but not like on death's door. So yeah, did Sirenny want to do something? I mean, I guess technically you didn't see Goromod attack, but you saw an attack happen.
Yeah, I was waiting for an attack. I am going to take the dash action here. Here.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of want to be right where Thorv is at. Can Thorv be on top of him since they're grappled together?
I mean, they're kind of, I guess, probably right at the intersection of the two squares that they're currently occupying. You know, so like,
Mhm.
kind of between you and Azaka.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So then, Shago, I guess, is gonna say, who put you up to this? I know someone must have paid you well if you're gonna go to this much trouble to try and kill me. And he is gonna try and break the grapple for sure. Let's see. So I need another athletics check from Thorv.
Come on, Thor.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh well.
Okay. Yeah, and that's a 21 from Shago. So, okay, yeah, he breaks the grapple and. Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton else he can do. I think. Yeah, you know what? He's gonna try and get some distance. So I mean, if somebody wants to take an opportunity attack on him, I guess they could.
Yep.
I mean, if you insist.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So let's
Wait,
see.
wait.
Threw me to the ground.
Okay.
And no one really knows that I did extra damage.
Other than him.
All right. So yeah, that's a thing. So Fib does a good bit of damage. And then let's see. So actually, chronologically, Thorv's attack happens first, and so he begins to back up. Thorv attacks. Shago parries, because that's a thing he can do. So Thorv's actually doesn't hit, but Fib's does. And then he continues backing up.
Does Stratos get an attack of opportunity or not?
If you want him to have one, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Flying Snake. That is just barely gonna miss.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So he's there now. Lucius.
Take one step out of the light. I'm going to, with my bonus action, Misty Step.
Did you skip my turn?
No, you held your action, and then that popped off on my turn.
Skip right off, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I was gonna say, I don't think I did. It'd be hard. We have a turn tracker, but
Yeah.
anyway.
I'm going to.
I thought we went around one again after that.
Actually, you know
Sorry.
what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll Misty Step there.
Okay.
Whoops. If I can fucking grab my. There we go. It was there? Or no, it was one more over.
Yeah, there.
Okay. I'm going to, as my action, cast Disguise Self and turn myself into Coyote. And I'm gonna step into the light and I'm gonna say, "It was me, you dim-witted shit. Did you think I was gonna let you escape for wronging me?" And then I'll point at him, say, "Kill him." And then I'm gonna step back out into the shadows. And use the rest of my action to step further into the shadows. Or the rest of my movement, rather. So,
Right. Okay.
another 10 or 15 feet.
Yeah, in quick response, like free action level of response, he says, "I should have known. You've always hated Mother, and I suppose I'm the best way to get to her." Alright, Fib.
Well, I can't fucking attack him now.
Oh, does Stratos move on my turn? How are we doing that?
We'll say sure.
Stratos is going to subtly just kind of slip out and come my direction.
Okay, like right on you, or?
No,
Well, pretty
just
close, at least.
along the ground. Or actually,
Okay.
Can I? Well, yeah, along the ground in my direction.
Okay. Cool. So it has a 30-foot ground speed. So,
And have it dash. I just want it to fucking haul ass out.
just get out of the light, basically.
Yeah, I want it out.
Okay. Okay.
So.
So Fib's healing. It looks like.
Fib just healed herself. Was like, we've been tricked.
complicate things more. Yes. Okay. Okay. So.
Oh, and I dropped Disguise Self after that. Or, you know what? I'll
All
keep
right.
it up. Never mind. I'll keep it up for one turn.
All right. Okay, Artis is gonna say, all right, I don't know what in the hells are going on here, but I do know that as for me and as for Dragonbait, and I think most of this party, we're not contract killers, right? He looks around at everybody.
Bib nods heartily.
Okay. Dragonbait still smells strongly of sulfur.
Scorn just yawns.
And yeah, I mean,
I
I
just shake my head.
Dragonbait is gonna like make a very conscious effort, to, like, kind of get here, and he's going to turn, like, facing the majority of the group, so that way he's kind of putting up a wall between you guys and Shago. Thorv.
I'll do nothing.
Okay. Azaka is going to yell into the darkness. You can come out, Lucius. I know that was you. I know this was your idea. And I know that Quaothe put you up to this. We'll see how that goes. She's also going to kind of do this. Cyrene.
Okay. You see.
Don't heal
Cyrian's
him.
hair kind of start flying up, like there's, you know, a gale going underneath it. And she's going to walk over to here
Shago is very defensive at this point.
and cure wounds him at level 1. Yeah, her hair is flying up and she has this stormy look on her face, but her hands are also glowing, you know, gold.
Yeah,
She
okay.
places it on him.
Okay. Alright, yeah, his eyes are kind of like wide as he's like, okay, what the hell is this? But then, yeah, like I think there's kind of a universal like healing energy. I like to. He kind of recognizes it.
And she looks and she actually she probably where was she? Here.
You got like one spot left.
Yeah, well I'm saying 1, 2. Probably would have been there actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a step towards Lucius and
Well, you don't know it's me, and I'm
Well-
about. Oh, I didn't realize this actually went higher, so I would have actually been there because I did step
okay.
2 more out.
Regardless, you were called out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Azaka did call you out.
So I am looking at to where I last saw your direction with a very stormy
That
look
was
in my
over here.
eyes.
Yeah, that saw me.
But
Well,
no,
I
you were
still
called out.
move-
Like, okay. I felt like it was pretty clear. Azaka was like gesturing to where Quaothe came from.
Oh, okay.
Like, who the fuck else is it gonna be?
Never know.
Anyway,
Zirni looks pissed. Okay. That's her turn.
welcome to the session where friendships get murdered. Anyway, Gorn. Anything?
No.
Okay.
Just standing there waiting for this to all
Cool. Cool. Groilmod.
Okay, so Groilmod's gonna move here. He's gonna put his Slayer's Prey on Shago, but then doesn't attack him. So he's just kind of waiting to see what happens with everyone else first.
Okay. Full on standoff mode. Okay.
But to everyone else, it looks like he's joining Azaka and Dragonbait for like creating a bulwark.
Right. Okay. So, Shago says, this makes a lot more sense. So, what? She wants to take over Mother's piece of the pie? She wants to, what? Be a double merchant prince? Or does she just want my mother to suffer? Such indiscriminate hate. He shakes his head and just, again, he's on the defensive, still standoff mode. Lucius, what are you doing?
So would I have known, did Stratos actually hit when he bit?
He hit once.
Alright, I'm going to drop the disguise and step back into the light. Stratos is gone, back to his dimension.
Okay.
And, so I'll end up being pretty much like here. And I'll say, well, it was nothing ever against you, on my part. I needed money, and she offered this. And then I'm going to hold, and can I hold? It's a spell that's a bonus action. Can I hold that?
Sure.
Alright, I just want to hold Misty Step. If somebody starts coming at me, I'm Misty Stepping the fuck out. But I'll say, I had no idea who you were until I first saw you. And I can't tell somebody like that no, because then I'll wind up in the same position you are. And then with that, I'll just kind of throw my hands up, kind of in surrender.
He says, I was right. You are a weak man.
Oh, let's kill it.
Fib.
Fib definitely still wants to kill him, but she's gonna read the room and not do anything. Yeah, I'll just not do anything.
Alright. Okay, Artis is gonna come and join in the We Are the World holding of hands thing going. Actually, let me check something. Alright. Why are you so slow? 20. Okay. So, there is like nice. There's kind of a visible like cascade of steam pouring off of Artis's ring, and what's the thing? Okay. All right. This is like redirecting me places. I'm sorry, this is taking a sec. But is important. All right. So, all right, you watch as like this steam is like pouring off of Artus's ring. You see like a spell almost kind of flicker for a moment in his hand. He shakes it, shakes the hand, and it kind of just goes out. Then it's Dragonbait's turn. Just kind of holding it down. I mean, is anybody doing combat stuff? Because I feel like we're drawing very close to like the end of initiative for the time being.
I have a question I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper it to you.
Okay. But yeah, does anybody else have any combat designs?
Nope.
Just more dialogue.
Okay.
I'm gonna move up over here,
All right.
just somewhat towards between Cyrene and Lucius.
Okay. Becca, is your thing time sensitive?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and get that to me before we press on too far
I
here.
thought she was gonna literally whisper in Eric's ear, and I was hoping that she'd whisper into the mic.
Holy shit, guys! It's 10:50. I'll try and wrap this up soon.
John, do you work tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh.
I will say no.
Oh,
I do actually.
that's unfortunate.
Can you tell us sentence no?
Maybe later.
Okay. Well, I do have an attack-like thing to still do.
Okay.
So, should I just do it?
Yeah, go for it, because you're like 2 turns away anyway, so yeah.
Okay. I am going to shut up battle music. I don't need your trumpets right now. I am going to stalk towards Lucius. With
The battle music started.
Yep, I'm Misty stepping the
Just-
fuck away with my
How
held
far?
action.
30 feet, right?
Yep.
I'm stalking towards you, and you go Misty step somewhere.
Oh. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna go 30 feet away. So, 30 feet in the direction you're coming at me. So, I can't go any
Yeah.
farther, but whoops.
Yeah.
And I just I told you not to listen to her.
It was less
That-
listening and more her telling.
And, well, you see, I am just really, really upset, and kind of this comes out of me without really me controlling it.
Oh. Oh. Alright.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, you know what? That's enough damage. That KOs me in one hit.
Eric, you should have let me what I wanted to do originally.
Eric, why would you do that?
Thump, I'm on the ground. I'm done.
Oh,
So
shit.
you hear that was more of her telling and less of me listening, and then thump, done.
Okay. And so as Cyrene approaches the now probably smoldering and unconscious body of Lucius.
Glowing body.
Glowing, yes. Just in case you need to hit it again. And stands over that. That's where we'll pick it up next time.
I will walk over to him and cast Spare the Dying.
Can I die before she,
Can I will myself to the grave?
No, I'm joking.
Out of sheer spite.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was.
I can't
That
do
was-
it. Like, even though that KO'd me, I can't do a thing, right? I couldn't do Hellish Rebuke just because.
I mean,
It doesn't matter. I don't care. I just.
Okay.
That would be something that, like, I feel like Lucius would just be spiteful in the fact that she just, you know, that his heritage would just, and attack back.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Okay.
We could say it swings and misses. That's
Sure.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, so that's pick it up with totally resolved tension starting next session, right? Yeah? Yeah?
yeah.